السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم من همزه ونفخه ونفخه. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ولي الصالحين وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آله الغر الميامين وعلى صحابته المجدفين بالدستور وعلى من استنى سنتهم وانتهج بمنهجهم ولف بنفسهم إلى يرث الله الأرض ومن عليها وإلى الله عاقبة الأمور. All praise is indeed reserved for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of the entire universe, out of which Allahu Akbar Kabira will continue to give him thanks and appreciation for every single opportunity, for every single bound, for every single name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask him to continue to send his undiluted salutations upon the noble son of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, members of his household, companions, and the generality of Muslims till the day of recompense. Ameen. Respected elders, brothers and sisters alike, today inshallah Kareem, the topic of our sermon is straightforward inshallah Kareem, from where we stopped last week. Awaqibu al-khiyana. Awaqibu al-khiyana. Allahu Akbar Kabira. Consequences of betrayal of trust. Last week we reminded ourselves of the importance of amana and that we should be wary of betraying such an amana. Then we gave ourselves what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called amana, what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam described as amana. Then the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala presented the amana as an offering to the heavens and the earth and the mountains, while all of them rejected it. Human beings took it. As we have taken, I have taken. إِنَّهُ كَانَ ظَلُومًا جَهُولًا. At the end of the day, man becomes ignorant of what he has taken, not knowing that he has set a trap for himself. Allah will not ask the Jibal on the day of Qiyamah, what happens to my amana? As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to ask the house on the day of Qiyamah, what happens to my amana? Allah is not going to query the mountains. How did you go? How fair were you with my amana? But human beings, you and I, now to saluna yawmaidin. And in Na'im, Allah grants all of us soft landing. Betrayal of trust. What are the consequences? That we need to know for you, for myself, and every single one of us to run away from it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala presented the amana and we took it. Having taken it, then it goes down to everything about our life. Right from Kalima to Shahada, you said, you are processed and said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wahdahu la sharika lah. وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. It's a covenant between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you not worship anybody but Allah. No any deity but Allah. Allahu Akbar. Decide to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You should not have anything beside your pillow. Nothing buried inside your room except you are not aware. But something hangs at the entrance of your door. All these, they are part of the betrayal of amana we are taking with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The same thing goes down to leadership. An amana. Marriage, institution of marriage, it's an amana. Parenting, it's an amana. And all other ones, in fact, transaction between you and others, either Muslim or non-Muslims. Some they see it as ganima. Once you cheat a non-Muslim, it's a ganima. Ganima declared by who? From which battle? Little thing. People on the streets, we don't go green. Few ones, they don't go green. Few ones, they are capitalizing on that to go and loot people's jobs. The amana that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Allah to be rock people, qalu bala shahidina. The amana that you obey Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's an amana that anytime, anything about your life, you make reference back to Allah, back to His Rasul. Not to have any human being. not a deity, not a somebody, either in Nigeria or wherever. A lot of people, they have betrayed Allah. Another one of Surah Al-Nisa, Surah Al-Anfal, Surah Al-Ahzab, about the betrayal of an amana that no one will rescue on the day of Qiyamah. Allah must ask. That you believe that Allah is your Lord, then don't take the attribute of Allah to any other deity. Some their salat, 100% in terms of attendance. But in terms of spirituality, it is zero. How? You pray, or you go and see one should say a certain way. Misfortune tell that a good number of the Ummah of Rasulullah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, by example, by practicality, they don't agree with Allah when it comes to the junction of Quran and Sunnah. They don't agree. They don't agree. That you can't just stay in this dunya like that. Allahu Akbar. The dunya, the Prophet said, "Dunya mal'una." This dunya you are scampering, you are rushing to grab your own, to take national cake. Prophet says, "Mal'una." The dunya has been caused by Allah. وَمَلْعُونَ مَا فِيهَا. Everything in dunya is called except Allah. When you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes you to Salah, He takes you to Zakat, takes you to Hajj, Ramadan, recitation of Quran, Islam bayn al-nas, al-amru bil ma'ruf, wal-nahy anil munkar. These are things you need to do to always fulfill the covenant between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No more rules. Anything below that, Allah will not take you. Allah, where people are there, you call Allah, you associate with Allah. When nobody sees you, Ya'lam Allah, you go down to go and bow down for any deity. Some believe we have inherited this in our family. And for that reason, we continue to be responsible. And then also adoring that particular idol. Wallahi na'udim, la tus'alunna yawma'idin. And nine, before Yawm al-Qiyamah comes, it is not too late. It is not too late. Not up to 3 weeks ago, the case of such somebody that this thing belongs to our family and is our heritage. We must guard against anything that will take this thing away from the family. Which family? Can you mention the name of the first person in your progeny, in your lineage? Then, can you mention, after 100 years to come, who are going to bear the name of that family? But one thing that is paramount to you and I, the exact time we spent in dunya, Allah is going to ask all of us. Man rabbuk, man dinuk, ماذا تقول هذه الرجل الذي بعث فيكم. All these things are not jokes. And if you bow down for other deity besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's not going to be easy. May Allah grant all of us stop landing. What are the consequences? Number one, according to Quran, Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have more than 99 major things that you and I are warned by Prophet sallallahu to run away from. When you go and check Al-Kaba'i, the name of book, Al-Kaba'i, that Kaba'i, major sins in Islam. There are certain things you and I we believe in. That by one number, Habba. No. Some things you think, but if his own case will be dead free, you are still waiting. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. May Allah forgive all our shortcomings. According to Hadith of Prophet, number one, in terms of mess that will happen in dunya for somebody who's a betrayer of trust, betraying Allah, betraying His Rasul, betraying His fellow human beings, is that is the munafiq declared by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah never make one of us munafiq. Because Inna Allah jami'ul munafiqina wal kafirina fi jahannam jami'a. May Allah make one of us to end up in Al-Jannah. Anybody who is a traitor, a betrayer of public trust, governor, minister, president, SA, chairman, local government, councillor, imam, mamunun, MT, DG, council, whoever, whatsoever, that is we have been trust. Whoever betrayed, that is abracadabra. Prophet said, the best is a sign of an-nifaq. Why? Ayatul munafiq thalatha. Prophet said, if you want to know a munafiq, he may be praying. He may be doing other things everybody does. But 3 things, look out. Once you see the 3 things, that person is munafiq. May Allah never make one of us munafiq. Either hadatha kadhiba or kadhaba. Anytime he talks, it's a lie. And some people, they are not for that. And they brag about it. That except he doesn't talk, he will convince you by enemies. And what he's saying is not true. But he will talk to convince you. Many people do that. When you come to business transaction, you sell in the name of Almighty Allah. That's how I bought this thing in Kano. And I have to get my own too. Swearing in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon falsehood. Then showing that confidence is another aggression and also treat on its own. The person is becoming a monarchy. Just because of 1 or 2 naira, you want to put on top. There are few persons among our ummah, even our time. I remember a soul when we were in years. Anybody who knows Monday Market, he was called Kalam Wahid. I don't know if he's still alive. As a young couple, I used to buy books, Islamic books from him. Kalam Wahid. That's his name. Kalam Wahid, once you go there, no only Kaza. Once you reach a place, say, Kalam Wahid, this is what I'm going to say. And you tell Kalam Wahid, this is what will give him something to also get little food for his family. It is good. Let barakah of Allah be there. There was one in the Quran, someone said, Wallahi tallahi yasin. Who asked you to call yasin? Open career. Wallahi tallahi yasin. How brings wallahi tallahi to yasin? Some even put idol of his family to just convince you don't need it. It's a trait of the nifaq. Why is that one the akhlafa? Another sign, number 2, is that anytime that person makes a promise, akhlafa, he will betray. He will not fulfill it. Ask yourself as you ask myself. Something you know you don't have. Don't make any promise. So because people are there, everybody is donating, and you don't have money. Okay, me, Alhaji 5 million. Inside your hand, no, wallahi, it's come down. You are wasting your time. You are changing your name from Alhaji somebody to a traitor. Let people say you don't give money. Let them call you a miser. Once between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you justify the reason why you are not giving. Then you go scot-free. But to be humble and be honored in the presence of human beings on the day of Qiyamah, somebody will face a lot of turmoil. May Allah forgive us not coming. Number 3 is that anytime that person is entrusted with a trust, he will betray the trust. Some, he betray the trust between them and their employees and their employer. Why are we having ghost workers? Ghost workers. You are enrolled here, you are enrolled there. IPPIS pays you here, they pay you there, yet you belong to local government. You are working for a state, you are still under the federal payroll. Before it is paid. A lot of people who operate on society belong to that category. In case, not up to 2 weeks, you must have had. Even federal government said the plenty is from the police service commission or something like that in Nigeria. Who gave them employment? Some even enlisting their own children in the government cover, and they have never been to those agencies. They have never been to them. Wallahi na'adim. It is worse when it comes to local governments. So they are in the payroll of the local government of their states, but they have never gone to that local government except when they will do head count. And the cohort will call them. We are going to do a head count on social day. They will go. Then when they finish, they go back to where they are staying. At the end of the day, everybody is blaming the governor, blaming the chairman that no any development in that community. You are part of the mess. You are part of the problem on the day of Qiyamah. And also, there are people genuinely who are ready to work, but you deny them. You deny them. Some they only go when it's 20-something, they go to that government. Because they will collect money. They used to do that when the monies were paid through roll call. Mrs. A, Madam C, Brother A, and like somebody, everybody will be queuing and collecting their money. You are collecting something that you will vomit on the day of Qiyamah. Mangana, Yatsubima, Mayakulun Yatsubima, no on Qiyamah. May Allah forgive all us. That's number 1. Alamatu an-nifaq for a traitor. Number 2, at-tadhir, Allahu Akbar kabeer. Al-fadiha yawm al-qiyamah. Al-fadiha yawm al-qiyamah. Humiliation on the day of judgment. Allah never humiliated one of us. What's that humiliation? Prophet Sallallahu said, every traitor who betrayed Allah, who betrayed Rasulullah, who betrayed the public trust, who was made a governor alive, who was this and that, and he siphoned the treasury, and he did and that, and he negotiated his way in dunya. He went scot-free in dunya. On the day of Qiyamah, there will be a banner raised in his name. And you carry it. I don't know, maybe that's where the police and others, they get the ins of anybody in FCC. You carry a placard. Sunana Wani, I told so money. Within so date and so date. In this dunya, that is small mess. On the day of Qiyamah, Hadith Muttafaqun alayh, is in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. That they put the Ghadin Liwa, Yawm Qiyamah. And that liwa, the banner will be according to this mess, the size of the atrocity, the size, the quantum of the criminality of that criminal. That means in dunya, plead again. Say pardon. The one that is in the state that gave the pardon, the Oga of all Ogas, alayhi Allah, be ahkam al-hakim. It shall be visited on the day of Qiyamah. But the plan of Allah for Nigeria is that I've given you everything. يأتينا رزقنا رغدا من كل مكان. That's the plan of Allah. But human beings try to change it, and they know, and we know. We know they know, and they know that we know. Allahu Akbar Kabir. But we change things. Start of Hadith of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The world will not come to an end until somebody who is having his right and everything is being shortchanged, is being cheated, and then they will drag themselves to the court. In that court of law, he knows he's going to be defeated, even though he's the rightful owner. Have we not seen Nigeria? Even our own territory, within the time, even something that about our life, that you can present all the evidences, the same evidences, going to two courts, and then different verdicts. The same case, and the same system. There's something wrong. And all these things are just more. We need to track our steps before we go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody is exempted. Nobody is free. Except we who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removes. May Allah remove all of us from any mess that will block our way to Al-Jannah to Firdaus. May Allah never punish us in dunya and akhirah. If the FCC will call you in dunya and you carry placard or you carry whatever, cardboard, it is embarrassing already. Then, if you do plead again on the day of Qiyamah, what happens? إِلَّا مَنْ تَابَ وَآمَنَ وَعَمِلَ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا. Except those who retrace their steps and they turn back to Allah. Nobody is free. Nobody is sin free. Because some they read themselves, whatever is now what they will say, anything that is not given to you. Some they say end of the year, they will move the remaining money. They'll get all, just share. Except you justify the reason why it's being shared. Some will say no, it's a government company. And even if you bring back a chiba, what is supposed to cheat? Let them cheat. Then it is war. For those, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the authority. You use the Bible to do everything. All your bills is being taken care of by the same government. Why taking something that you need? And you are keeping it for those who are going to enjoy it, but they are not going to be the ones held responsible on the day of Qiyamah. May Allah forgive all our shortcomings. Number 3 is that Riya'ul Aman, that al-khiyana, to serve people al-fitna wal-fasad fil mujtama. If people are continuing with betrayal, at the end of the day, the community, the society, the nation will become porous. We don't need to give an example elsewhere, except you mention Nigeria, you mention other places. And the same country, and at the same time, people, those who don't even pray, they are getting all this as if they are following Quran. Yet they don't follow Quran, they have human fails. Our own is pretense. A lot of mess are still going on. And someone was given a fake letter. Yet, okay, fake. Who gave it? Who presented a fake letter in the first place? Okay, let's accept the fake letter because all these things are not talking, they are not portraying the country in a good light. They are calling people to come You have a serene environment, come and invest, but there are things that should happen in local government. If at all, it will happen. If at all, it will happen. You have FPIC, this and that. It's a mess. Wallahi na'udin. It's a mess. We need to revamp everything. Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Allah will not come down to come and survey or to come and put remedy to our problems. And normally, it is we ourselves that brought it. It is we ourselves going by what Allah wants, going by the instructions given by Rasulullah. Sallallahu we clear the mess. We clear the mess. We are talking on good smoker. You see an advert? Employment has already taken place since last year. But to justify federal character commission, that's where I'm not going to hire. Now to stand on the way you this is making the environment to be something else. And under that, it will lead to Adam and Fikor. This Adam and Fikor, based on Mujtama. They won't trust again. If the Yal Aman and betrayal continues unabated, and that's what is happening today. Some women, few one listen to them, say, Mother, they'll say, all men are evil. Because of few men that have truncated their life, that have sought their happiness, that have made them to be in everlasting mess. Likewise, the vice versa. Some men, they don't want to hear anything about women. That all women are evil. No. No. Prophet Sallam told us, and not Allah really. You choose the people you want to be seen with. Make selection, be choice. Don't say no. I can just go with anybody. No. Anybody that will derail you from the path of Allah, from the path of Rasulullah, that person is not worth to be called your friend. Because that person cannot give you a Jannah. And nobody is one of your Jannah. Let us say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When it comes to among ourselves, some they have the money to pay the house help. But until 1 month gets to an end, another month up to 15. And at the end of the day, how much is the money? You're also an oppressor. The betrayal of trust. What you told the person, either he or she, that at the end of the month, except you have made it clear right from day one, that I will pay you another month 15, if he or she agrees, and they are. But every month end, at the end of the day, month has come to an end until another month reaches 10, 15. And the person will call you and say, let me be. The person is helping him. Because you drop 10, nobody will remember that you are only one small tiny lady, amount of money of our way. But the angels of Allah will not allow you to have peace. May Allah forgive all our shortcomings. Another thing is that Al-Shirman, may rahmatullah, oh Allah, may Allah continue to envelop all of us under His perfect protection and His mercy. Anybody trade us, betray us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala distance them away from His rahmah. Because they don't have rahmah for that. And the condition like this that Prophet told us, Ar-Rahimun, Yarhamuhum Rahman. If someone wants it up, Yarhamuhum, not some. It is good for you to pay somebody's way and even give jara if you have. If you don't give, there's no problem. But to reduce it, you look for little excuses. And on social day, he came late. Instead of 10 a.m., he came 11. He said, all right, well, I didn't work. Come on, you know I didn't work. And he's no mobile. Okay. But you did this job, some you look for unnecessary faults. And there are no faults there. Because human being, nobody is perfect except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's no parents and brothers in Islam. This is endless. All I know and what we want from Allah, from Rasul, is that Allah has given us everything we need. Let us fear Allah, all and small. Some friends, I remember about last year, I mentioned a case. The brother that helped his friend, his friend has become stranded. He said, okay, I have money. You can create a business, you can put it. At the end of the day, the person, maybe it's in the masjid, Wallahu A'lam. But he said, no single naira out of how many million, the person refused to pay anything. Some they have that trait in their body that, what do you call it? Sense of belonging. As you also benefit, as also people benefit, but the agreement was no benefits. It's to loan you. And so, I mentioned last week, I remember, because the case is all over. All over. Those who are sitting on the offers and wealth, it's an amana. You are betraying the amana of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So many Muslims have died today, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, up to 10 years. What happened? We are not ready. Allah said, do it immediately. Remember, you will see your thing. To solve your name. The next thing, when they saw someone comes there, you look for wasiyah. Who is going? Who is going in? Then what are things he documented that we need to fulfill? The most important one is to set it debt on his neck, because that will not give you peace. But today, no. The cases are there, you may know. Some more than 20 years. 20 years. The rest time somebody called me, I can't remember, some few days or few weeks. Now about 4 persons have also died in the family in the process of delaying what Allah said don't delay. Don't delay. A few cases now in the court. Biological children. The refusing to pay to offset the debt of their father. It's an amana. The father died in labor for the wealth. If to pay everything will make you not to get anything. Wallahi al-Azim, familiar or amen. It's best for you. A lot, as if we are not guided by Allah, as if we are less stranded than Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know how to tell it. This was an admonition to my humble self and every single one of them. In whatever way you know you are faulty and you are found guilty, go and make them, go and put remedy, go and put tawbah, repent to Allah, because inna Allah ghafurur rahim. Ya Allah forgive all our shortcomings. Barakallahu lakum fi al-Qur'an al-azim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum ila ayatin wa dhikril hakim. أقول ما تسمعون سبحانه من الله وإن تطرقوا من أصل الشيطان فاستغفروا الله ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب وخطيئة إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله الملك الحق المبين فاطر السماوات والأرضين وقيوم السماوات والأرضين إله الأولين والآخرين. الأول ليس قبله شيء والآخر ليس بعده شيء والظاهر ليس فوقه شيء والباطن ليس دونه شيء. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله معلم الأنام وحي المنان صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آله كواكب الهداية وأصحابه جواهر العناية وكل من عمل على عمله وانتهج بمنهجه إلى قيام الساعة. معاشر المسلمين، اتقوا الله حق تقواه وراقبوه في السر والنجوى واعلموا دون شك أنكم إليه راجعون وعلى أعمالكم محاسبون. إن خيرا فخير وإن شرا فشر واحذروا خيانة الأمانة. احذروا خيانة الأمانة. احذروا خيانة الأمانة وعدوا على الأمانة بالنواجذ لأنها سوف تسأل يوم القيامة. عباد الله، إن الله أمركم أمرا بدأ فيه بنفسه وثنى بملائكته وحملة عرشه وثلث بكم الاسم والجن وقال وزن قائل إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وسلم. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اللهم اعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر كيد أعداء الدين وانصر عبادك الموحدين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم جعل الأمن والأمان في نيجيريا واجعلها بلدا آمنا مطمئنا رخاء سخاء وسائر بلاد المسلمين. اللهم اجعلنا جميعا من الذين يؤدون الأمانة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة يكونون في الفردوس الأعلى. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.